BJP MLA T. Raja, who made some comments, provocative comments against Prophet Muhammad. His lawyer, who's been fighting for him in court, has now claimed that he's received some threats from UAE. The advocate, who's representing T. Raja, gets threat calls. 3 calls received, one from UAE, claims counsel for Raja Singh that he has been receiving threats from some people, miscreants. One of those calls has come from UAE. That's the claim that the advocate of T. Raja makes. Big claims there. T. Raja, MLA in Telangana, BJP leader, has made some provocative comments on Prophet Muhammad, irked protesters far and wide in Telangana's Hyderabad. Protests that came out right on the streets with people chanting slogans like Chanchalguda. Now the advocate who's fighting, or the counsel for T. Raja, who's fighting for his bail in court, claims that he as well has received threats and calls that have come in from UAE to threaten him. Now, the Prophet Muhammad's Remark row has left tensions prevailing yet again in Hyderabad. While suspended BJP MLA T. Raja is out on bail after 10 hours of arrest on Tuesday, protests have continued across Hyderabad streets. Fresh Sartan Se Juda beheading calls made on T. Raja. In fact, those protesters there, angry mob, asking for T. Raja to be jailed. However, no action has been taken against any of those protesters initiating those beheading slogans. Protests continued well into the night on Tuesday as security has now been heightened in crucial parts of Hyderabad, including Charminar. T. Raja was released after the court noted that Section 41 of the Code of Criminal Procedure was not followed adequately during his arrest. In fact, meanwhile, BJP has now sought T. Raja's reply within 10 days' time as to what he said and why he should not be expelled from the party.
We're here at Chalibanda, just inside the old city, and this is the protest that have erupted here. Several people who have gathered here protesting, demanding that they want justice. In fact, there are several slogans that have been raised against Raja Singh. This is the kind of massive protests that have been ongoing here since last night across old city. This is one of the such protests that have yet again started here. Protests that condemn Raja Singh's bail, in fact, again, a call for arrest of Raja Singh here erupted across old city. This protest that just started have been ongoing since last night across various parts of, the old city. In fact, this is one such effigy that they have raised out here that they are likely to burn as well. And, the kind of protest that we are seeing definitely shows the kind of impact that Raja Singh's statements had, and we're also seeing that the protests have turned violent. In fact, people there kicking and kicking what seems to be a doll effigy out there of Raja Singh, all demanding that they want justice and the arrest of the suspended BJP leader Raja Singh.
As I have been saying, that there is no action from Telangana police or Telangana government on MIM corporator or the leaders who are giving these and propagating this kind of a slogan, a barbaric slogan, in the heart of the city. And I don't understand why the Telangana government is being selective in arresting T. Raja Singh and not arresting the corporator of MIM. I think, we should welcome the prompt response prompt action by the party. But what is going on is unwarranted, and these protests are turning political, and it has certainly political sponsorship from TRS and MIM.